What's up, everybody? So I want to make this video because I've noticed a big jump in the popularity of death carts lately, and I'm one of the death cart OGs. So I did notice Hoonigan is building a death cart. We should have a death cart battle, Hoonigan. Hit me up. Let's battle. I don't know what that means, but let's do it. But basically, I've had a lot of people ever since I've done this ask me, they're like, oh, I want to do that to my car. Should I do it? Is it a smart idea? And in short, no. And I'm going to kind of tell you why. Even though these things are like the best thing ever, but there's good sides and downsides. So basically, most people ask me, they're like, they want to do it to their daily driver or anything like that, and that is an awful idea because there's no roof. So it gets wet. Like this. Boom. Yeah, so with that in mind, it sucks. This is my only drift car right now until I one day finish the E46 LS. Cool stuff. That takes too much money. But yeah, you get wet. It's not very street legal in most places. You know, also the exhaust being super tall. Don't mind the strut bar. She's just never put it back after polishing the valve cover. But not very street legal. Cops always look at me when I drive by, even though somehow I haven't been pulled over yet. But probably once I start driving it on the streets here in Colorado, it'll be a different story than when I was in Florida. So there's that. Rain, cops. Cool parts about it, though. No tire wear, like, at all. I could last on a set of tires like an entire drift day just because there's no traction and no weight back there. Tires last forever. You feel like you have 1,000,000 horsepower because this thing is roughly 400 horsepower and it's 1,800 pounds. So the power to weight of that is really fucking good. So that's a plus. Also, another huge downside goes with the water and everything is wiring. This is my alternator ground, which I just found the other day, actually. Let me see if I could break off a piece. Nope. Doesn't want to break off, but it's very, very corroded, just like that. That's really bad. I've started redoing a bunch of my wiring, doing it like marine grade, but that takes time, and I don't like putting time into my own shit. But that is a huge downside, is wires are not meant to be out in the open like this usually. And then, you know, turbo, having pipe like that gets filled up with water if I leave it outside. And then when I go to start it, it just goes straight up and straight down onto me. It's rough. By the way, guys, you like my Dunkin' Donuts fucking beanie? Represent. Looking for a sponsorship by Dunkin' Donuts? Tell them to hit me up. And what else? What else? Cool sides of it are you could very easily adjust your alignment or your coilover height because it's all just right there. Oh, and gauges. My AEM wideband cannot handle the water. The mechanical gauges are fine, but the electronic gauges do not get very happy with water. Weird, right? Also, my catch can. I had a catch can mounted right here with, it was just the PCVs going into it and then an air filter on the top to vent And when I pulled it off, because I'm replacing it, I'm actually putting it under the dash now, so it's kind of covered. But when I took it off, I shook it, and I heard liquid in there. I was like, oh, cool, you know, it's working. It's being a catch can. Even though I have a little blow-by, good and bad. But it was full of water, so. And probably, I'd assume, my fuel tank probably has a little bit of water in it. But I'm going with the fuel cell soon, so I'll learn. And then, of course, all the rubber fuel lines and everything do not get very happy from excessive UV light. So those are all going to stainless braided AN lines and everything, but it's more money. Then what else? What else? Obviously, the seats. Seats get faded very quickly. Harnesses get faded very quickly. That's just part of. Even if I've been keeping it inside, it hasn't even been outside the whole time I've been in Colorado, really. But just when I go drive it, obviously direct sunlight. And then when I'm driving it in the rain, which I've done it way too many times, it, you know, gets rained on and all that, and they're probably not very useful as harnesses anymore because they kind of expire with that sort of stuff. And another thing, besides my brake fluid, because brake fluid generally has a little, if I can see it, there's generally a little vent in the cap of the brake fluid so that it doesn't vapor lock. And I'm sure that's got some water in there because, you know, everything gets water everywhere. Oh, and another good one. I replaced my seat since then, but my last seat had a nice rip right there from a tire flap coming, smacking. It didn't hit me, luckily, but I could, like, it was literally like right next to me. It was scary. That's a scary part of karting. I don't know what else to tell you guys. But if you're thinking about making a kart, just kind of use this video as a little guideline so you know what you're getting into before you just start cutting it up. Because trust me, I got experience building karts. Building an A86 kart there, and then got the BMW kart outside, which is getting repaired in about a week. 2 weeks maybe, I don't know. Something like that. So, sorry this video is just a bunch of talking, but I figured I'd just let everybody know some good stuff and some bad stuff. Also, bolts. See that rusty little fella right there? Everything that will rust, or that can rust, will rust because it's out in the elements. And that probably about covers it. If I forgot anything, I'll leave it in the comments or the description. But thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Add me on Snapchat. Yeah. Later, brah.